this horse, he had so much against him from an historical perspective, and he'd only run 4 times, and I just couldn't believe that any horse, let alone mine.
Animal Kingdom, roaring down the center of the track. Here comes Animal Kingdom.
I tried to be realistic, and I was stunned.
I was really relaxed about it in an odd way. You know, considering we were running in the Derby, I had a lot of confidence in this horse. I felt it was a win-win situation, whatever, because I know how good a horse he is already on the grass, and I just thought he might be that horse that was good enough to handle both.
He just handled everything so good, and he gave me so much confidence going to that first turn, and he was going well the whole way around. You know, it's like I said, you have to have the horse to get out of trouble and to get the spots that you want. He did that, and when I asked him to run, he was there for me, and it's a feeling that you can't describe it, you know, and especially in a Derby, obviously coming to the Derby and riding this horse like this, and he's doing everything that you asked him for, and it's amazing.
He's a special horse. I mean, he's taken it so much in his stride. He handled everything so well on the day. Johnny said to me that he never heard a thing from the quarter pole to the wire. He said everything was just silent. He said this horse had him so relaxed in the post parade. He said he'd never been so relaxed before a race of this magnitude, which, coming from a guy like Johnny Velazquez, is pretty amazing. So it's just very surreal.
I was sitting in a box next to my wife. I didn't get to see a whole lot of the race, to tell you the truth, because one of my racing partners was standing in front of me. The son of a gun is at least 6'4", and he had a big straw hat on, so it was like it was a lighthouse right in front of me. I really didn't pick him up until around the 8th pole, and at that point, my wife went crazy. I mean, she started going bananas. So I figured, well, we got to be live, and I'm looking.
Animal Kingdom, nothing in from Dial. He still has about 15 horses to pass.
And then I pick him up, and I think I know it's him. And then when he gets like right in front of me, I zeroed in on him. I knew it was him. And all of a sudden, it was just like 1 or 2 seconds, but it seemed like it lasted a long time, like 30 seconds. And I'm looking at this horse, and I'm going, yep, those are my silks. That's definitely my horse. I just don't believe this is really going to happen. And then it won.
Animal Kingdom and John Velazquez to win the Derby!
I was stunned, and I just completely lost it. I started crying, and it's unbelievable. I hugged my wife, and I was just shaking. Couldn't stop shaking.
You know, it's kind of a little strange because, I mean, one of our own jockeys got hurt, you know, and that's how I picked up the mount. So, but I definitely have to say thank you to the whole partnership, Barry, Graham, for giving me the opportunity and thinking of me, by thinking of me and giving me the opportunity to ride the horse, and it worked out really, really, really well for us.
He's got this one thing that I've only seen a few riders have. They're in the heat of battle, but they have this ability to, on the one hand, suspend time, and they can look around, they can size everything up, and then go for what they consider to be the best move. And on the other hand, he can react just like that. And he won the race with a move where he shot right between horses. And he's, you know, there's only like usually in a generation 2 or 3 really brilliant riders. He's one of them. And the brilliant ones are just, they're so far advanced. They're almost like chess players. They're thinking 2, 3 moves in advance. They're not just living in that moment.
I think this was something that was meant to be. I think you can get carried away in this stuff, but I really believe it's fate. You know, I've known Johnny a long time. I think he's really deserving. He's a class act himself, and I do believe in fate. I think this was meant to be. I never could have predicted it, but I really believe it was meant to be.
As far as Johnny goes, I just feel honored to be the guy whose horse he rode to win. He's won some big ones for us. He's just a fantastic human being, as well as being just a great, great rider. I just can't understand why me.
Obviously, I mean, this is the race that we all want. You know, anywhere in the world you go, they ask you, have you been on the Derby? And the second question after that is, have you won it? You know, so.
I said to my kids last night, you know, this is something you really got to remember. This is probably the greatest day we've ever had. So it's something I hope they remember. It was amazing, and it's to be part of history. It's pretty overwhelming, to be honest.
It's like somebody gave me a gift. That's how I feel.